and my lab showed that my cholesterol was upside down and my thyroid was a little bit, my thyroid indices were out of norm. And he gave me a prescription for lisinopril and Lipitor. And I knew the side effects of the prescriptions, and I was quite alarmed over my blood pressure, obviously. He said, take these drugs and see me in 3 months. I said, okay, Tim. Walked out the door. As soon as I got out the door, I threw the prescriptions in the garbage can, and I went to a holistic practitioner here in Pittsburgh who's also a part of AGEA. Her name is Valerie, and Valerie takes my blood pressure. She says, Joe, your blood pressure is 170 over 100. I said, oh my goodness, do I need to take those prescriptions? She says, yeah, and your cholesterol's upside down. But here, I don't want you to take these pharmaceutical drugs. I want you to take these nitric oxide tablets. You chew them, one in the morning, one at night. I did that for a week. My blood pressure went down to 132 over 78. I went and researched another nitric oxide powder that not only has nitric oxide, but L-citrulline and L-arginine. And I started taking powder twice a day in clean water. And then I had new blood labs drawn. I went back to Valerie a month and a half later. She goes, Joe, your blood pressure is 125 over 70. What is going on? I showed her my little container of powder. She goes, Joe, your cholesterol is normal and your thyroid's almost normal. What's going on? I showed her my little box of powder. Ever since then, guys, I have been just on a holistic tear to find out what other things can help people. So a year ago, almost to the day, I was approached by a holistic healthcare counselor named Janet. She's helped save a couple women of cancer by teaching them holistic things, and a guy by the name of Mark who told me about the quantum card and all about the products I'm going to talk to you about today, and blah, 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 blah. And I didn't believe him. First of all, I had no idea what this quantum energy space was. He's telling me about the card in terms of energy and pain reduction and decrease in discomfort and sleeping better at night and making water taste better and all this kind of stuff. And I left the table an hour later and I said, I don't think this is for me. This is nuts. But I do research, and I'm a very open-minded person. And thank goodness I started to research AGEA. And he kept calling and calling and calling me. He says, Joe, you got to get involved. You got to get involved. And I do have some, direct sales experience over 22 years. And he wanted me a part of his team. He wanted me to be a customer and build a team. And I said, Mark, I don't know if I could talk to anybody about this stuff. I said, what should I do? I wanted to get him off my back. So Mark said, why don't you pay $3.99 and get some products and try them? I said, okay. I bought $3.99. He teaches me about the products. That day, within 3 hours of putting these products in my body, my back, my low back, and my left knee pain, which ranged from a scale of from 4 to 9, the discomfort I had in both those areas went completely away in 3 hours. Later on this day, through a sequence of events, I actually met the CEO, Jeff Cohen, who flew to Pittsburgh for another meeting of a cause that we have up here in Pittsburgh of opiate reduction. And I spent 6 to 7 hours with him that day. He told me the whole story of AGEA. He talked about the products. And when I dropped him off at the airport that night at 11:30 that night on August 7th, I was juiced. I was excited, jacked out of my mind, whatever you want to say. And I had tears in my eyes because I felt I found something that I could relate to people about, that I could share with people, because I knew it was working on me. So if it works on me, how many other people is going to work on? So that began my journey into AGEA, into the quantum energy space. I mean, we're talking about, energy and vibrational frequencies, okay? This is the wave of the future. The past is going to be gone, and we have to understand that vibrations, balancing meridian points, and energy is the wave of the future in healthcare. We're not talking about medical care here, we're talking about healthcare. We're talking about products that are non-toxic. We're talking about products that masses of people can use them without any side effects and benefiting so many ways from these products. These products are based not only on technology and testing and research, and we have ongoing research right now, but also developing a healthy state for the body, helping with chronic issues, helping with acute issues, helping you to sleep a little bit better at night, helping to calm your nerves. I mean, there's so many things these products do, it's ridiculous. So Kara's going to help me go through these slides. And so Kara, you want to go to the next slide for me, please? And you can see the products I had, and we're going to start with the burn. Okay, why don't you just go ahead on down, Kara? So the burn products are products that will decrease your appetite. And if you look at the slide, it helps to detox the body, suppresses the appetite, increases metabolism, increases energy levels, burns fat, and it's made for 100% all natural and organic ingredients. And to the right on that lower part of that slide, you can see some of the ingredients. I'm not going to go into details on these, but these are tremendous ingredients. So what the burn products have done for me and select people, it has reduced my appetite. I eat about half as much a day as I normally eat. And I can't even finish a full meal at dinner at night. I save it for the next day or end up throwing the food away. So the number of active dieters is estimated to be 97 million around the world. But most people have trouble losing weight. So the burn is going to help decrease your appetite and also help decrease your weight. Now, obviously, when you're losing weight, you have to do other things. You have to drink a lot of water. So I've increased my water to about 10 glasses a day, 10 full glasses a day. And I also try to watch what I eat. And I also try to exercise a little bit more. So anyway, it's just not about one thing, guys, and losing weight, but the burn I found to be really tremendous for me. Go to the next slide, Kara. Now we talk about the energy card. So going back to August 7th last year, I put the energy card in my pocket at 8 o'clock in the morning. I had a very busy morning. 3 hours later, I commented to my surgical assistant that the discomfort in my back and my knee had completely gone. I questioned the humidity, I questioned a bunch of things, and I said, Vicki, I said, I put this card in my OR pocket, and now my symptoms have diminished to almost zero. And I was blown away, and that continued for many, many months, by the way. So this quantum energy card, which lasts 3 years, naturalizes harmful energies. And electromagnetic radiation strengthens the body's bioenergy field, increases energy levels, endurance, and strength, assists in reducing soreness, aches, calming effect to mental and physical state, reduces stress and improves focus, and improves the taste of food. Now, for those of you that are in AGEA, these slides are actually in your back office. So I don't need to be reading all this stuff, even though I'm doing it right now, but you can go back into your slides and actually research this stuff yourself. The other thing I suggest is that you get on the YouTube AGEA videos. They've got a video for about every one of the products we have here. Learn about the quantum energy space. Learn about what these products do in terms of technology that bases these products on frequencies. The frequencies of nitric oxide, which I'm going to go over very soon, the frequencies of CBD, as well as some other things. Go to the next slide. You there, Kara? Okay, we're going to talk about the nitrocubics. I don't know if you expand that slide at all or go to the next slide. But these are rectangular gold holograms that we place on our body. Okay, it enhances, supports cardiovascular and heart health, increases circulation and healthy arterial function, reduces discomfort. A Nobel Peace Prize was given back in 1998 for nitric oxide. Now, I told you what nitric oxide did to my health. It literally has helped my health exponentially. I've been scanned about 6 months ago, and I have no plaques in any of my vessels. So nitric oxide is known to reduce plaques in blood vessels, make the vessels more malleable, and increase your health. Now, because it increases circulation, when you increase circulation in your body, it allows the body to heal itself. So these products can also be used to decrease discomfort, to increase energy. And I wear them I wear them on my right chest and left chest, along with other products that I'm going to talk to you about. Go to the next slide. Okay, these are the energetics relief, all right? Over 1.5 billion people worldwide suffer from chronic pain. And it says pain costs up to $635 billion a year. I think that number is probably very, very low. So these products enhance and help to reduce discomfort, reduce stress, reduce nausea. They're not medicine, and they're quick and effective results. I've tried the Nitric patches as well as the energetics relief patches on many, many people. I'm saying at least a couple hundred people since last year. It's amazing to me how fast, when you place these products on somebody's body, that their discomfort goes down really within an hour. Now, some people may take a little bit longer. Some people with chronic pain, it may take a little bit longer, but I've even placed these on individuals with chronic pain, years of chronic pain and chronic discomfort, that have allowed that individual to feel better within 24 hours. I have a guest on the webinar, I believe, right now. Linda Hall, are you there? I don't know if you can unmute things, Kara. I'm sorry, guys. I don't control the.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, Linda, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Great. Well, Linda Hall is a friend of mine, a patient of mine. And Linda, tell them your story about your issues and what the products have done for you.
Well, to start off, I have severe, well, I could say severe rheumatoid arthritis, and it affects my feet and my hands. And my feet swell, especially my right hand, it swells. And I met Dr. Joe through my dentist. He sent me up to Dr. Joe's office. And I had a funny feeling about him. I went in there and he did a procedure, and I talked to him for a while about several different things I had going on and the stress I had and the rheumatoid arthritis. And he could tell I was in a lot of pain. So he asked his associate, Dr. Masucci, to go put on these patches on my neck and my shoulder and down my arm. And then he told him to give me the card. Well, he gave me the card, actually. This has been a while. It was like in October of, was that last year or the year before, Dr. Joe?
Last year, Linda.
Last year? Okay.
Yes.
So he did that, and I thought he was crazy. He's talking to me about this card. Dr. Joe was and Dr. Masucci. They said this was going to help with my pain. And I thought, this guy is crazy. I thought a card and these patches are going to help my pain. And I was suffering for a couple of years with this pain, and nobody could help me. And this guy's talking about a card. It looked like a credit card. And he's trying to explain this stuff to me, and all that's in my head was, this doctor is crazy. So I leave the office, and I'm still in a lot of pain. By the time I get home, I felt different. He told me to call him and let him know how I felt. So he told me that him and Dr. Masucci are waiting for me to call, and they're all nervous. And I get home, and I thought, well, I can't call till in the morning. So I get home, and my fiance's there, and I told him, I took off my shoe. There's no swelling and no pain. I could open my hand. Before, I couldn't open my hand. I opened my hand normally with no pain. No pain at all. And before, I couldn't open it totally. I opened my hand. And I told him about these patches. And he's looking at me like I was nuts. And I said, no, look at these patches. I showed him these patches. And I showed him the card. I said I had it in my shoe. They told me to put it in my shoe. And I thought they were crazy. But look at my foot. The color was back, and my foot, there was no swelling, and I had no pain. I couldn't believe it. He couldn't believe it. His eyes were about to pop out of his head. I said, I thought this doctor was crazy. His name's Dr. Joe Goth, and Dr. Masucci. And he said, give me that card. He immediately put it in his sock because he has problems with large varicose veins. He's not getting the proper circulation. So he puts it in his sock. About an hour later, he feels this like warm sensation in his leg. It was the blood started to circulate in his leg. He couldn't believe it. He didn't feel that for a long time. He had pain in his leg, swelling. The swelling went down. His legs started to look normal again. We couldn't believe it. So because of this, I called Dr. Joe the next day, and I told him what was going on. I said, Dr. Joe, we want to get involved with this. We want to sell this stuff because it's for real. We got to sell this because we saw what it does. It's really, truly for real. We didn't believe it, but it does actually work. It's unbelievable. I thought he was really crazy, but he's not. So that was the feeling I got when I went in there. I knew something was going to happen. He relieved my pain with this card and these patches. It actually happened. So that's why we wanted to get in on this. And we are distributors of this. We're not doing very well because we got a lot of other things going on, but this stuff is the future. I mean, there's a vet that's very interested in this stuff for animals. We tried the card on an animal, and this card works on pets also very well. This is the real thing.
Linda, thank you very, very much for that great testimony. I do appreciate all your time, and we will communicate here later on today, okay? God bless you, Linda. Thank you very much. You can mute the line now for a few minutes, Kara. And when you see the energetics relief patches, and notice on the thermography before and after what these holograms do to reduce inflammation on that individual's right shoulder. I mean, these are real studies that are being done with thermography, and we plan to, in Pittsburgh, to carry forward with that a little bit more. I'm actually researching a thermography lab here in Pittsburgh that we can do some more studies on this stuff. Go to the next slide, Kara, if you don't mind. Okay, we're going to talk about the EMF Shield. How many people on this line who've never heard about a GEA before, who are guests, have a radiation blocker on your cell phone? Do you realize how toxic cell phones are, devices, laptops, iPads, TVs, home security systems, your smart meter? All these devices that we use, we are getting hit with electromagnetic radiation, period. And so you can see prolonged exposure to devices causes all those symptoms: headaches, fatigue, depression, hypersensitivity, erratic blood pressure, dizziness, abnormal behavior patterns in children, high-risk pregnancy, teary eyes, skin irritations, and more. And how many kids do you see that have their screen up to their face? I mean, really, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We are a society of screens these days, which is, I think, very unfortunate. But the benefits will block these dangerous frequencies, will protect your body, safe and easy to use. You put them on the back of your cell phone. You put them on the back of your iPad. I have 2 on my laptop. Every one of my computers at home and in the office has a Wi-Fi shield on it. My smart meter has 2 on it. My TV has 1 on it. Yeah, maybe I'm a little bit of a maniac when it comes to this stuff, but guys, we're going 5G. Research what 5G around the world is going to do to health and well-being. It's going to be anti-health and well-being. guys, and this is very serious stuff. And you can see in the thermography, 15 minutes of cell phone use before and after. Look at the side of that person's face. I mean, that is real radiation. And 5G is going to be very toxic. There are countries around the world, a couple, I can't remember which ones they are, that have totally decided to not to go against the 5G networks. Hopefully the United States will follow that one of these days. Go to the next slide, please, Kara. Thank you. Now, before we go into the freshness card, I have another gentleman. If you can unmute the lines, Kara. Dr. Jim Barber is a personal friend of mine. Many years as a tremendous plastic surgeon, trained all over the United States of America. Came to Pittsburgh. He and I have been colleagues for really for decades. Very good friends. I have a tremendous amount of respect for Dr. Barber, not only because of medicine, but also his holistic background is incredible. Jim, are you on the call?
I am, Joe. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Hey, Joe. Thanks for inviting me in today. Everything I've heard today, and Joe, you can attest to this, being physicians, we were hit so many times with so many people who knock on our doors when we're in practice, telling us about something that's different, something that's new, something that'll help us. As a plastic surgeon, knowing all these things that develop for everything from reconstructive surgery to cosmetic surgery, we've seen so many things. And just to follow up what Linda was saying, basically as a scientist and doing this stuff, we want to see that this works. We know there's a lot of things out there that people claim to be, but when you start seeing reality, when you start seeing things happen and patients telling you this works, it's unbelievable. And some of the things we've seen with this are just mind-blowing. To give you an example, I went at the Pitt football game last year, and it's raining like mad and lightning, and they call it a halt to the game. We're playing Syracuse. We go inside, and I'm sitting next to a gentleman, Phil Gefsky. And I said, Phil, how you doing? He says, oh, Jim, he says, I just had surgery on my shoulder about 3 or 4 weeks ago. I can't lift it. It's unbelievable. It's hurting me so badly. I said, really? I said, let me try something. So we're sitting in the club here at the University of Pittsburgh at, down at Heinz Field. I took out a couple of these nitrous oxide patches and energetics patches and put them on him. I said, Phil, let that sit for a second. He goes, okay. I said, now lift your arm. He said, I can't lift my arm. I said, try it now. He put it over his head. He was screaming, you got to be kidding me. Oh, my God, oh, my God, oh, my God. People were coming all around, standing, watching him do this. And he kept screaming and screaming. He said, this is like voodoo. I can't believe this happened. This is unbelievable. I said, well, Phil, you're going to be able to see a whole bunch of these things. A couple of weeks later, he told me and Phil's probably in his late 70s or 80s, and he was telling me how he has trouble walking because he doesn't have any stability. He gets dizzy and he can't. I said, well, try this again. Put this on. Hold this quantum card. He said it stabilized him. He could walk straight now. He wasn't dizzy. He wasn't off balance and doing this kind of stuff. I said, this stuff is pretty cool. Joe and I have been to a number of GM meetings. We've seen people come up and give us testimonials. Women who have had Raynaud's disease, which is a thing where they have no blood supply or falling to their hands, and they have pain and coldness, where this has helped them and relieved that. We had a lady when we were down in Alpharetta, Georgia, who basically fell, hit her head. Kat was her name. Fell, hit her head, and couldn't speak. She was in a coma for a long time. Woke up, and when she spoke in broken languages. I am Kat, I can't talk. Anyway, they tried this. They put the quantum card underneath her pillow. This is after weeks of talking this way. She woke up the next day and could talk. Now, is that perchance? Maybe. But, for that to happen after doing this is certainly something we should take a look at. So, people say, well, how does this work? I said, well, think about this. You go outside and they tell you that you should be in the sun a little bit to generate vitamin D in your body. You don't feel the sun coming through and giving you those rays to generate the vitamin D. This is what this does. This is based upon Tesla technology, where it literally organizes the energy in your body in a positive way. You walk past all these things that Dr. Joe was talking about, microwaves and cell phones, and you go out someplace, everybody in the world's on their cell phone or on a computer. That's generating all this negative energy that's banging your body. You just can't see it. It's pushing you every different direction. This is taking all that negative energy and saying, hey, listen, let's do something with this. Let's organize all this negative energy that's around you and put it in a positive flow. So it's now energizing your body instead of de-energizing your body. And that's what we've seen, and we've seen this tremendously over and over again. There's a lot of things I've been with, a lot of things I've seen. But with the results I'm seeing with this are absolutely amazing. And it's something that everybody should take a look at. You know, make finances for your family and do those type of things. But there are so many people that I know that I give this stuff out to right now in my family who are hurting, who have arthritis, who have back pain. I'm going up tonight, a reunion for a number of people I went to high school with, and I'm bringing some of these up there to my best friend, who's an attorney. He's been my best friend since I was 5 years old. He can't move. His back is killing him. I'm bringing these up here tonight to help him. I've done it. My cousin just went to Florida this past week, called me before he left, and he said, hey, I can't, my foot is hurting me, my toe is killing me. I gave him this stuff. I called him the next day. He says, Jimmy, what is this? I said, why? He says, it's just really helping me out. I said, well, that's what it's about. And those are the things we're seeing. So this is what made me interested. This is what got me interested. And this is what will keep me interested.
Thanks a lot, Jim. Appreciate all your expertise and your willingness to be a major part of our company at GIA. Now, you know, you see the Freshness Card now, the Energetics Freshness Card. I bought one of these cards when I first got involved a year ago, and I put it in my refrigerator, and I already had produce in there that was in there for about 2 weeks, along with some bread and some meat, and I wanted to test it. So I went away to Wyoming for 10 days, which means the produce was in my refrigerator up to a month. I get back from Wyoming, open up the refrigerator, the produce, the blueberries, the raspberries, the bread, as well as some of the other products in the refrigerator, looks like I just bought them the same day, like that day. And that blew my mind when I saw how that Freshness Card would help the produce in my refrigerator. So I have one in my refrigerator, my pantry, and my freezer. So how does this work? Well, you can use it in homes. You can go to specialty markets. I went to a market down in Bonita, Florida. I have a part-time oral surgery business down there. And I went to a restaurant. They have a beautiful Italian restaurant, beautiful Italian store with food and produce and all this kind of stuff. They bought 12 of these things. They said, man, we got to use this, and they love it. How about restaurants? How about floral shops? You know, how about food services and colleges and universities, commercial facilities, gardening and garden centers? I mean, literally, you can help save flowers, save food, and we waste millions upon millions of dollars a year on unwasted food. We throw it away. Let's save some money while we're making money in this. Next slide. You can see the bread on the left and the right. After a month, look what that bread looked like. And then the bread on the right, that had the Freshness Card. Okay, now Energetics Pet. I got excited about Energetics Pet when it came out a little while ago because I have 2 dogs. One of my dogs is 18 years of age. His name's Ginger. Her name's Ginger, and she's a shelter dog. And obviously at 18, she's starting to get weak, can't walk right, kind of stumbles, and all of a sudden couldn't jump up on the bed. We put that PetShip that you see, that black hologram chip on her collar. Later on that day, Ginger jumped on the bed 3 times. I couldn't believe it. We have another dog that's a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, purebred, got it up in Buffalo. Darn thing has seizures. So we got to give him a seizure pill in the morning and at night. Despite that, they would have breakthrough seizures every couple weeks, every 3 weeks, at least once a month. Since we've had that chip on her collar, and this has been there for at least 4 or 5 months, she had 1 seizure, and that was 3 months ago. Didn't change anything else. So the PetShip assists with energy, stiffness and discomfort, negative emotions, fear and aggression and anxiety, helps the immune system, relaxation and sleep. Our dogs sleep better too because of these chips. Recovery time from injury, wounds, and surgery. EMF protection. Do you think you have to protect pets from EMF? Sure you do. Water and food. I mean, truly, these devices are just incredible devices, and I've had the chance of using every one of them. I've had the chance of sharing every one of these devices with so many people, and the benefits are truly just unbelievable. Go to the next slide, Kara. Now, before we go into the coffee, I have another guest online. Dr. Masucci, are you there? Maybe you may want to unmute them, Kara.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Why don't you give them a couple minutes as to what you think about the products and how they're helping your chiropractic practice?
Oh, sure. It was really an odd coincidence. At one point, I started looking into actual, real, research and university research on energy medicine. And there's a lot of stuff going on right now that's not being publicized a lot. And NASA on a space program is using energy medicine for the astronauts. They know they absolutely have to have it or they wouldn't even be able to function. And so they spent a lot of millions and millions of dollars on technology for energy medicine. But I'm reading this research and I'm thinking, wow, I mean, I'd like to be able to develop a product, something proprietary that could be distributed on a mass basis, that the average person could use. And as I was thinking this, the strangest coincidence, within maybe 2 days, Dr. Goth come up to me, running up to me all excited with this little black card that looked like a credit card. And he goes, you got to try these things. You got to try these things. He says, I put this on and my back pain went away. And I knew he was suffering, all the time from back pain from the surgery. So I thought, okay, well, I had a pretty bad problem with my shoulder, and I'm seriously into bodybuilding, and it was interfering with my lifting and my bench pressing. It was getting worse. I had it for about 1.5 years. So I said, all right, I guess it can't hurt me. I'll just try it. And I was rather skeptical. And I put it on my, up on my bicep tendon area. And within 1.5 days, the problem was gone. I couldn't believe it. So I thought, okay, all right, well, okay, maybe it's a placebo. I didn't think it probably was, but I figured maybe it was, So we went and had a couple other people try it. And I had a gentleman that's real big into Krav Maga instruction, and he's into basically into the MMA fighting, and he trains all the city police and everything. And he had developed plantar fasciitis in his feet. And he was having trouble doing his running and jogging and all that kind of stuff. And it was there for quite a while. And I said, well, why don't you try using this card? So he went and he put the card in his shoes. And the next time I saw him, which was relatively soon after that, he goes, it's a miracle. It's a miracle. I'm in, meaning he wants to start using the product. And one thing after another. And then Linda was just on. She was mentioning my name about, we did, the card with her and her feet. And one thing after another, and it was blowing my mind. I mean, the people that were trying it were coming to me, telling me what it was doing. And I'm looking at them and saying, really? It was just unbelievable. So I have people with general strength deficit in one shoulder, a gentleman at the gym. And I said, here, hold this card in one hand, and his strength in the shoulder with a deficit on the spot, right there on the spot, like doubled. His girlfriend couldn't believe it. She thought that I was doing some kind of trick when I was pressing on his arm to test his strength. So I said, I'll stay out of the picture. I said, you let him hold the card, you press on his arm, because you know that you won't be faking anything. And she didn't. She just absolutely couldn't believe it, But that's basically what I have to say, As soon as I tried it, I knew that was a thing. That was exactly the type of thing that I was studying in the research.
Thanks a lot, Dr. Masucci. Appreciate you a lot. He's a doctor of chiropractic medicine, one of the few that's university certified in laser therapy, which we use a lot of too in our pain management practice. So let's just talk about the coffee. I know we're going a little over 11:30. That's okay, guys. You can stay on with me. Okay, just hang in there. So why don't you go to the next slide, Kara? Okay, so we're coming out with the world's first, first healthiest coffee and healthiest energy, based on a bean that probably represents one of the top 1% of beans in the world. This is an organic bio-green coffee, specially grade, specially premium graded beans, 0 contaminants. This is all holistic. Achieve maximum health results, antioxidant rich, 2 times the antioxidant content of other leading brands. Well, let's just talk a little bit about coffee. I've been a coffee addict ever since I started going to medical school. During my residency, I mean, used to be, we would spend countless hours every single day, every single week, staying awake when I went through my residency program to become a board certified oral surgeon. I would drink at least 10 to 20 coffees a day, 10 to 20. And people are saying, you're drinking too much. I said, I got to stay awake. Well, lo and behold, my health is incredibly great at 67. Now, some people who research coffee, and some of the research indicates that if you drink 3 to 5 cups a day, that decreases the risk of dementia, of Alzheimer's, okay? Look for the research. So I drink at least 3 to 5 cups a day now, every single day. So when we receive the samples, some of us receive the samples of the coffee that Aegea is coming out with right now, it blew me away, the energy that I got. One morning, I started working about 8 o'clock. At 1 o'clock, I'm a little fatigued. I'm losing the energy. I've been, doing a lot of cases that morning. And I got the coffee and I drank a cup. I had so much energy the rest of the day, but it was controlled energy. It wasn't hyper energy. It wasn't like when you drink a lot of caffeine, you just get a little hyper with the amount you drink. This is controlled energy that this coffee gave me. I noticed that. The coffee is infused with unique energy health signatures that naturally regulate the body's energy. It's non-habitual. It's safe. It doesn't have caffeine. I said, Jeff, does this coffee have caffeine? He goes, no, I only drink caffeinated coffee. I don't need caffeinated coffee because I have this energy coffee. Go to the next slide, Kara. Okay, so as we know, coffee is one of the most lucrative industries in the world. It's at least $100 billion industry around the globe. That's research back in April 2018. 10,000 baby boomers reaching retirement daily. Weight loss, 81% North Americans are overweight. Coffee pays. And, there's not another coffee out there that can compete with this. We're the only company that has the only energized coffee in the world. Now, how would you like to go out and market that? How would you like to go out and talk to the masses of people you run into every day? Do you drink coffee? Great. I got something better. How would you like to have more energy? I got something better. How would you like to feel better? How would you like your health to go up? Go to the next slide. See, folks, these are questions that we can be asking people every day, everywhere we go. Now, what does this coffee do? Feel good, mood and emotion, increase focus, increase energy, increase immune system, support the body's own natural sugar levels, support your body's cardiovascular system, support skin, hair, and nails. $100 billion industry, guys. We can take advantage of it, okay? On the right of the slide, you can see all the substances, all the components that go into coffee. I mean, I already take turmeric every single day. I take collagen every single day. I take glucosamine. I take CoQ10 anyway. I take a lot of antioxidants. Garcinia cambogia, I've tried that. Lion's mane is supposed to be a really great supplement in this coffee. L-tyrosine, L-theanine, amino acids, 98% natural caffeine, green tree extract, organic cocoa. Cocoa has tremendous amount of antioxidant capabilities. It's pure organic, Colombian dark coffee. I mean, you cannot find in the universe a coffee like this. And we're going to dominate the market on this as this thing grows around the planet. Go to the next slide. Okay, starter kit, $99. You can get it on a smart ship, $79 a month. So what did I do? I bought a bunch of coffee. When's it coming? They're in the process of sending it. It's going out this month. Okay, I hear they might be sending it out this coming Monday. I know they had a lot of details put together in terms of the shipping and so forth, but they've ironed those things out from what I understand. So the coffee's coming out. Look forward to seeing the coffee here in the next 1 to 2 weeks. Okay, certified organic specialty grade beans, tested free of pesticides. And I could go on and on and on ad nauseum, but here's what we needed to do. okay? We need to get out of our comfort zone and start talking to people. Now, for the guests that are on the line tonight, I would definitely get back to the person that sponsored you and either become a customer or become an affiliate. Now, as a customer, you can enjoy the products, you can continue to buy them, you can get them at wholesale. As an affiliate, obviously, you're going to be a customer, but you're going to be able to help other people enjoy their health by spreading the word of the AGEA products, the world-class products which we have. So what do we need to do? We need to get out and talk to people. Now, some people start uncomfortable talking to people. You got to jump outside of your comfort zone, okay? You want to get healthy and wealthy? This is AGEA. This is what it does. Ask questions. Hey, Bob, do you have any discomfort in your body? Hey, Mary, do you sleep all at night? Hey, Tom, how's your mood? Hey, how are your pets doing? How are you feeling these days? Do you have any foot discomfort? Do you have any back discomfort? These are questions that will get the attention of somebody. And when they say, yes, I have these issues, here's what you do. You give them an AGEA card, your business card. You either lead them to the person that sponsors your upline, or you take them to AGEA YouTube videos. I give people my AGEA website, and I said, go to AGEA YouTube videos and go on a search. And I'm telling you what, I get comment after comment after comment. I want to learn more about this, okay? You got to use all the tools, okay? The tools are communicating with people, making a list, deciding what you're going to do. Okay, your wealth is going to be dependent on the number of people you talk to. And if you look at the compensation plan, which you're not going to go over tonight, all you got to do is sponsor 20 people who buy some products who are on auto ship, and you become a platinum elite. That's the top of the company. Just find 20. Now, to find 20, how many do you have to go through? As many as it takes to find 20. Is it going to be 100? Is it going to be 500? Is it going to be 1,000? Find 20, and guess what? You start to get paid. You get serious pay as you go towards that 20. The bonuses are phenomenal. The residual is phenomenal. It's a phenomenal compensation plan, and I'm very proud to be a part of AGEA. So we'll wrap up the call. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope everybody got a lot out of this call tonight. I know it was lengthy, but I hope everybody got out of this, and have a great day and a happy weekend. Bye-bye.